the son of a poor farmer who used to make cinema recently by checking out only 90 rupees of the month, who would believe will set up a company which will have more than 5,000 rupees turnover. This seems a little film story to hear, but it has been true for the 10th pass by Chandu brother, who did not have up to 50 rupees for a time rent but posters of films by cleaning the theater's seat. How was this poor boy and sold sandwich in canteen, and how was this successful the owner of Gujarat's biggest wafer company Balaji Wafers, who was filled with this journey, and what strategic he adopted their biggest competitor less also lost in front of them. Everything we are going to know in detail in this video today. Actually is 1900,000 ugly when a poor farmer named Puppet Ramji brother Virani, inside a small village in Jamnagar district in Gujarat, who lived the belly of his family by cultivating. They were going through farms like this. But one year came that his arrays did not rain and all the crops were wasted, and then even after that, sometimes been weather rainy had put the life of Puppet Ramji brother and his family in hard. And then from all these projects, he sold his Pushliani land for 20,000 rupees and then divided the money into his 3 sons, Virani Megji brother Virani and Baku brother Virani, for 20,000 rupees so that he could start any business with them. As soon as he received money from his father, Chandu brother moved to Rajkot with his 2 brothers and started trading agricultural products and farm equipment. Now the dealer also knew that he had no special novelty of business, so he sold them fake fertilizers at expensive prices. In this way, Chandu brothers' first venture closed within 2 years and 3 brothers came to the road. Now friends, there was no point of getting back to the village from here because there was no left. That's why they started searching for work in Rajkot. But because they weren't written more, so they couldn't get any good job. And at this time, the financial troubles were also increased so much that they were not able to pay the rent of their house, which was only 50 rupees, and due to this, the landowner also showed them the way out. However, some time later, Chandu brother got a recent check-down job called Astron, whose salary was 90 rupee of the month. Although at the time of the watchdown, he used to put movies poster, sometimes he was working in canteen and then in such less money, but as if he started to go through. Now because Chandu brothers were honest, after a few time, he got the contract of the theater's canteen and now he started selling in people by making the masala sandwich at the time of interval. This masala sandwich people liked very much, so that the Chandu brother also earned a little profit, and when the situation came a little better than in 1982, the Chandu brother called the entire family Rajkot from the village, and now all the members of the family together started to move forward this work. And friends were a very big problem that their sandwich was very popular in the surrounding, but whatever sandwich survived in the evening. They were numbling the next day and they were completely wasted, and due to these daily loss, the Chandu brothers also started to bother, and then due to this hassle, he started thinking what to sell after all, which is not bad for many days. And friends, during this time came the idea of selling potato wafers to the Chandu brother. Chandu brother dealt with these potato thin chips from a vendor and started selling in his canteen. But by going forward, he didn't supply it at the vendor time of this problem in this business. He didn't have to face this problem at time, and then when people came to interval and asked for chips, they were not available in canteen many times. Occasionally in supply, and due to the broken footing potato wafers, the Chandu brothers got too tight, and then they thought that now he was not trusting a vendor. At that time he would sell the chips by his own. Chandu brother had 10,000 savings, and with the help of these money he put a small 3-shed in his veranda in 1982, and after closing the canteen at night, potato wafers began to make themselves. Due to the initial time, the experience was filled with very difficulties because their chips sometimes go to water and sometimes remain soft. But after a few days of work, he finally learned to make perfect potato wafers. Now these chips at home. Due to making him, Chandu brother could also control quality, so that their sales started increasing very quickly. Seeing the popularity of his potato wafers, the theater owner partnered with Chandu brother, and soon they started running the canteen of 3 different theaters. In this way, now the work of the Chandu brother was gone and the demand of his potato wafers also increased. In a short time, he also started supplying his chips to 30 merchants from 25, and then slowly they started to like in the entire Rajkot. But friends, were also many more in the market who were selling by making wafers to make their different identities. Chandu brother thought to give his potato wafers a name in 1904 Chorasi, and then the name idea met him with a Hanuman temple Balaji next to his canteen, and then in this way these potato wafers came to his potato wafers, but this was just the beginning. Because after connecting so many canteens and merchants, the demand of their wafers increased even more, and at one time, it came that every member of the family was not able to fluid the demand by working day and night. In such a situation, Chandu brother thought why not wafers making machinery should be put so that more production can be done in a short time. With this thinking, when they arrived to buy the machine, they found that this is very expensive, but they had so much money, then what to do now? After understanding considerable thoughts, he started to understand the functioning of the machine, and when he understood how this worked, he bought different parts from the market for about 5,000 rupees and made potato peeling and chopping machines for himself. And friends went on to keep their work in this machine for the next few years, and their business also went on. After the expansion in Rajkot, now Chandu wanted brother. Their wafers are also popular in the rest of the country's area, but it needed a production on a big level. That is why in 1,000 residents, he took a loan of about lakh rupees from the bank and opened the largest potato wafers plant in Gujarat. However, his step was quite a risk because big investors or rich people were shy to invest in such new ventures. In such a case, even after taking loan, then they have to lift all the burden of loss themselves. But friends don't have such a time, because with the passing time, their market share and customers went up. After this year, 100 Banway came to his business when he registered his business as a private limited company and also started doing his advanced technology machines to automate his manufacturing process. Because Chandu brother believed that even though machines were expensive, he also maintained the consistent quality, along with reducing human error. Apart from this, he also divided different roles and responsibilities in business, which made it easier to manage business operations because now everyone knew their job. And then after moving forward, after strengthening his distribution network, the Chandu brothers company rose from Balaji local and then became the brand of national level. However, in that time market there were many big brands like Uncle Chip Simba and Binny's, in front of which it was not easy to make its place for any new player. But Balaji made his product popular in the market through his hard work and excellent quality. Because where their competitors were still making chips in the traditionally, Balaji adopted the innovative way and firmly integrated their brand in the market. And friends know that looking at their growing growth, a multinational company offered that the Chandu brother would sell his company for 4,000 crore rupees. But the Chandu brother cleaned down from this deal. After some time, Balaji potato wafers also started to make salty and many other snacks. And the test of these were very appreciated by people, so slowly, they came out of Gujarat and started getting their feet in all the states like Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh and these. Along with this expansion, Balaji was also taking care of whether the company is making is according or not of people's choice. Because the Chandu brother knew very well that the people of Gujarat liked the flavor not needed that Maharashtra, Rajasthan or in sub. That is why they started making such snacks, which could justify the local test. For this work being done in a proper way, he set up his manufacturing unit in different states, 3 of which are from Gujarat. In Rajkot, Valsad and Vadodara, there is a locked in Indore in Madhya Pradesh. And this manufacturing unit's capability is to make 1,000 quintalis potato wafers and 5,000 quintal salts each day, which shows how big they have prepared a production setup. The advantage of planting factory in different places was that these local market started to better serve the local market, which proved to be very helpful in increasing their market share. This is why in 2006 Balaji Wafers had named the 90% of Gujarat's potato wafers market, and then no one could stop their growth since then. However, something happened suddenly in 2011 which increased the problems of the company. In fact, Balaji's biggest competitor PepsiCo filed a case above them. PepsiCo was accused of Balaji's Lamax chips Deep Raj design and a wafer named as Rambal. For this, PepsiCo gave no warning and did not have any conversations with Balaji about it, but immediately gave the case of design infrastructure on the company. Meaning, you yourself think that a multinational Jun attack on an Indian growing company was believed that this case was done in PepsiCo in frustration, because Balaji's growing popularity was also affected by snacks. Well, whatever regeneration, the Chandu brother did not give up. He faced PepsiCo's allegations and argued in court that Pepsi is targeting them only because Balaji Wafers' growth is increasing. But despite all these arguments, the High Court's decision came in right to PepsiCo, and the court ordered Balaji to change the design of its chips. Since this decision, many expresses began to feel that if the design of wafers packaging changed, this step could be a big loss for their brand. But the Chandu brothers said people trust Balaji's name, not on the packaging, design, and people and friends went forward, because where on one side the market share of less was slowly decreasing, while Balaji Wafers' growth was increasing by 23 and 23% speed each year. Coming 2019, the company will die more than 50 products. And their reach had spread from small villages to big cities. Apart from this, their distribution network has also reached more than 225 dealers, and yes, the Economic Times named them Sultan of Wafers, given this growth and popularity. Today, Balaji Wafers work in thousands, and the company's business philosophy is that they treat every member like family. And also customers provide values for money products. And friends, these philosophy have made them a loyal and trustworthy brand among people. However, to reach here, Chandu brother has also worked on some such business strategies due to which his competitors could never beat them. And the first of these strategies is local flours. Now as we started the Balaji Wafers to go, in Gujarat. But the Chandu brother knew that if they have to make their mark on the national level, then their representation would also have to be made in the rest of India's market. That's why he left Gujarat to increase his footprint in other parts of the country, and the biggest benefit of this expansion was that they got the opportunity to innovate with local flours. But this innovation was not just limited to flavors, but Balaji also introduced healthier snacking options, such as baked wafers and roasted salt, so as to take care of the health-conscious consumer, and recently, he has also entered the noodle market by launching his house-made noodles Jippy. Apart from this, Balaji Wafers have also stepped in the international market, where their entry in countries like ETA, UK, UI, and Australia work to give them global identity. The second strategy is variety of product and innovations. Product diversification and innovation are important to stay in the market and show yourself different from the competitors, and Balaji Wafers also considered it very well and diversified their products diet, in which he prepared 3 products categories: Western snack, in which 12 products come, and this is the snacks which mostly target young generation and urban crowd. The second is salty, which is very popular in Indian homes, especially as snacks on tea time, and in this category he has launched 26 products. And third is wafers. This is their core category, in which 12 products come, and Balaji Wafers are best known for their unique and crispy wafers, and some similarly. The company's third strategy is of technology. Chandu brothers initially did everything with their own hands, whether they were to fry the wafers or their packaging, but soon they understood that there is a lack of consistency in doing manual work, and this also reduces the shelf life of the product. That is why at the time other brands were making handmade chips, he resorted to automation, and today Balaji Wafers imports machine from the world's top food processing supplier. The direct effect of this has been on their production efficiency, which has reduced their cost and has managed to make competitive forward in the market. And friends, likewise is the fourth statistics of Balaji Wafers: customer first. Now this is also the essence of the whole story of Balaji Wafers. He has always considered customers king. The most important thing for these was to provide your customers with good quality products on regional price. When other brands were ignoring customer satisfaction, Balaji Wafers made it their priority. He worked very hard to maintain the consistent taste and quality so that their customers get the same taste every time, he hopes. Balaji Wafers director Virani says that you will not get our quality, quantity, and price match in any brand. And friends, is this confidence and dedication that has given Balaji Wafers a strong brand image in the market. The Balaji Wafers story is not just a snack company's growth story, but it is also the story of the barber who turns every difficulty into opportunity.